we meet? How did you come across me?
Yes. I did a challenge, one of your challenges in 2021. And I learned so much. I think it was like a 5-day thing. And I learned so much. And I think that it was a deal where, like, if you did the challenge and then you could try out TNL, I think for a month. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get as much as I can out of this organization in my 1 month free trial. And then it just blew me away so much. I'm like, well, I'm joining. I mean, this is incredible. I was learning so much and I could see that there was so much more for me and that it would be ongoing. This wasn't just a 5-day challenge and okay, well, Kelly taught me what she had to teach me and that's that, but it was going to be a whole journey that I was going to be able to go on and just continue to learn and grow and develop my company. And just, I had so much knowledge to gain that I could just see it, that it was a month was not going to do it. Because there was too much good stuff.
People who say that, they're like, oh, I'm just going to come for a month. And we go, yeah, no worries. Come join us for a month. Like, because we know that they come and then they go, oh, yeah, no, I can't leave now.
No, you can't, because there's so much here. It's not like you just have a couple of classes and, that's that. There's like endless. And then you're updating them and renewing them. And, it's just amazing. Like that MailChimp class, remember that was like, there was an old version and now you and Oscar did the new version because it's updated. So you're always like changing and growing and offering more. So it's fantastic.
And what's been brilliant about you is that I see you, and you can't always join stuff live, right? So sometimes you're watching things on a replay, again, time zones. But what's brilliant about you is you watch, you listen, but then you go and take action. You go and do the stuff. You don't just go, well, I've got this knowledge, I'm going to sit here with this information. You really go and do it. And so has that proved fruitful for you? Have you been able to cover your investment inside TNL?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, when I first joined, I kind of looked at it and I'm like, well, if I even get one more wedding because of what I'm learning and doing and putting together in my business, then I mean, there's the investment right there. That's not a hard thing to do, right? But it has helped me so much, like just like nurturing couples, when we get these leads, and helping warm them up and showing myself who I really am. Like so many things have just, because people tell me, that they felt connected to me. And I feel like if I just would have kept doing the same old thing, I wouldn't have been connecting with my ideal clients. That's another thing that's just helped almost miraculously. And when I say that, I mean, I don't mean I have just a million of my ideal clients, but one thing I learned was like, you don't need that many of them, right? Once you find the right people, like we only can do so many weddings, right? Yeah. So we don't need hundreds and hundreds of them, at least I don't, but I just need a few of the right ones. And then the thing that's meant the most to me is how it feels to me to work with them. It has become so easy to work with them.
Yes.
Because we are aligned and it's just like, it's so easy. I'm like, I can't believe this. Whereas when I would just be like taking any old wedding with anyone who wanted to pay me some money, we were just not aligned. And it just felt very stiff and awkward and almost painful sometimes.
And I'm sure. And guys, if you're watching live or on the replay, tell us in the comments if you know exactly what Susan is talking about here, because it just changes the whole like day to day in your business when you're actually dealing with couples that you really love and they really love you and it's easy and you vibe and you really like each other, right? Yes. Like it just makes your days so much more enjoyable. And I'm sure we've all had those clients that we don't really vibe with and we don't align to. And it's like every step is a roadblock and is a challenge and then they're never happy. But it's not a good match, right? So I love that you're now getting those couples that they love you and you love them and it's just a much more enjoyable process. Was there anything that surprised you about joining TNL? Was there anything you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that?
Yes. So I was definitely expecting the classes, the master classes. That's what I thought I was signing up for. And those are amazing. And I watched them and then I rewatched them. So those are gold. But I think some of the things that surprised me were like the office hours that you do. because you're just available to us. And so sometimes I have a question. I also keep a running list of questions for office hours. I'm like, oh, I should ask Kelly that. But sometimes I go and I just sit and listen to what other people are going through, because we're always all going through similar things and have similar questions or situations. And so I just kind of hang out sometimes and I just listen and I learn. And also the block and tackle was a thing I did not understand when I first joined. I don't know what this is. I don't get this. I was like, what do you mean it's not a class? Why would I tune in? I don't understand what this is. And but then finally, I don't know what made me finally do one time with Oscar. And I was like, oh, this is great. This co-working thing where you have the accountability and you're together. And that has been huge. And then the best part, of course, is that I do block and tackle on my own, which is not just tune in with Oscar and whoever else is there, but on my own. It's in my calendar now, and block and tackle. That's been super valuable, because otherwise I have ADHD and I'll just like run around like a random person reacting to whatever's happening.
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And I think a lot of creatives are like that as well. So even if they don't have ADHD, that creative brain is like, oh, I could do this. Oh, shiny thing over here. And it's hard for us to really go, okay, but this needs doing for the next hour, right?
Yes. And I have to say, my last favorite thing that surprised me was the one-to-ones that we get with you in TNL. And I was super scared. I was so scared because you're brilliant. And I was like, oh, what am I? So I had my question. We had our appointment. And you solved my question in less than 10 minutes. And I'm like, well, no, what are we going to? And you were like, so what else should we talk about? And we just took off running in a whole different direction. And you gave me things to do and look for and homework and insights. And so it was just amazing. So even that, when I thought I had this big complicated question, I'm going to ask Kelly this. And then less than 10 minutes. And then we're off and running on other things. So I just feel like almost the over the top level of value has actually been surprising to me, because I just thought I was signing up for really awesome classes. And there's been so much
and
more.
that tends to be why people join in the first place, right? Because they're like, oh, we want the strategy, we want the sales training, we want to book more weddings. And then there's this kind of other stuff that people realize, you know what, this is so valuable to have week in, week out. But we're not actually offering TNL right now. That you can't actually join right now. We're just talking about it because Susan's inside, and she found me through a 5-day challenge, which is completely free. Do you recommend that people join the 5-day challenge? Because that they can join right now. So they can't join TNL. We don't want your money. We literally are giving you free tickets to a 5-day experience. What do you think they should do, Susan?
Oh, absolutely do the 5-day challenge, because it gives you a time to focus. It's just 5 days, right? It's not a month, it's 5 days. You can do that, right? And then it will just start your brain working and going, and you'll be learning, and if you're smart, you'll be doing. That's the key, right? It's the doing. Exactly. And then it will just set you on a new path. And yes, 5-day challenge is the best thing ever.
I love that. Okay, so if people want to join us on the next 5-day challenge, it's happening in a couple of weeks' time. There is a link somewhere around our heads right now. When you click there, you can claim a free ticket. It's completely free. We don't want you to buy anything from us. You literally can come and join us on the 5-day challenge, and we will deliver an epic experience. And we are focusing on ghosting, which is one of our biggest issues, right? All these couples find us and then they just ignore that first email. They never come through the process, and we never get to serve them and give them our amazing service and products. So we're really going to be focusing on that whole ghosting situation. So click the link around our heads. Susan, you have been an absolute joy to have on my interview series. Anything else you want to share with our audience before we close up?
I just think it has changed my life, really. I mean, that might sound dramatic or something, but really it has, because I had never owned a business before. I was kind of lost, and finding TNL has just given me so much of like a focus. The strategies just has really kind of driven my whole business for these last couple of years, and it's just been so fun.
You're also, I forgot actually, you're also going to be coming over here, right, to our in-person retreat, which I am so excited that we get to meet in person, because everything we've done to this point has all been online.
Right. Absolutely. I know. Retreat October.
in real life.
I'm so excited.
In the Wedding Business Retreat, which is amazing.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. If you joined us live, thank you. If you're on replay, #Team Replay. Susan, where can everybody find you if they want to see your gorgeous images of sustainable weddings?
Yes. So my Instagram is the best place to find me. It's celebrations for every season. And that is where I do most of, I would say my website, but it's being rebuilt right now. So I don't look at it.
Which is good, right? That's one of our
very good.
steps. So they can go find you on Instagram. So it's weddings for every
celebrations for every season. It's a very long name.
For every season. Yeah. So go and follow Susan. Go and see her gorgeous sustainable wedding. She's got beautiful images on there. Go and connect with her on Insta. Maybe shoot her a DM. Let her know that you saw this live interview. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and look out for the next one. We're going to be doing these real life business pros stories for the next 2 weeks. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.